How does strength of schedule affect fantasy football? Have you ever wondered why some players seem to shine while others struggle during the season? One key factor is the strength of schedule. This term refers to how tough or easy a player's upcoming opponents are, based on how many fantasy points those defenses usually allow at that player's position. Understanding this can make a big difference in your fantasy football success. Strength of schedule is calculated by looking at the average fantasy points allowed by each defense to specific positions over a recent period or the previous season. For instance, if a defense tends to give up a lot of points to tight ends, then tight ends facing that defense have a favorable matchup. On the flip side, if a defense is known for limiting points, it creates a tougher situation for the players going against them. When preparing for your fantasy football draft, knowing the strength of schedule can help you identify players who might perform better or worse based on their matchups. Players facing easier defenses are often safer picks and may have higher potential, especially at the start of the season or during important playoff weeks. Conversely, players up against tough defenses might be riskier choices or could be avoided if there are better options available. You can break down strength of schedule by position and week. This allows you to plan for stretches where players have favorable matchups or anticipate tougher games ahead. For example, a tight end with several games against defenses that usually allow many points to tight ends is likely to have a stronger season than one facing several top defenses. In your pre-draft research, you can apply this knowledge in several ways. First, prioritize players with easier schedules, especially during critical fantasy weeks or playoffs. Second, adjust your draft strategy to account for schedule difficulty, which might mean selecting players with easier matchups earlier. Third, use strength of schedule to spot breakout candidates who could thrive due to favorable matchups. Lastly, consider this factor alongside player talent, team offense, and injury history to make well-rounded decisions. Strength of schedule plays a significant role in fantasy football by influencing how many fantasy points players are expected to score based on the quality of the defenses they face. By incorporating this information into your pre-draft research, you can gain an edge in selecting players who are likely to deliver consistent and high fantasy points throughout the season.